Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Cole Zarek. Welcome to the channel. I'm here joined again with my friend Josh.
Yo.
We're talking about streaming sites, Spotify versus Google Play. Now, what do you got?
I got Google Play here.
I do too. I have Google Play.
Okay.
I haven't had a Spotify subscription yet, but I did have a free trial, and I actually use it a lot when it comes to their desktop app. So you just got done with your 3-month for free or whatever trial.
Yeah, I had it since December. They were having a deal where you got 3 months for $1, and then I just kept it on because I had a student account. But I never used it because I used Google Play more, though. That's what I felt.
So in this video, we'll talk about the very, very actually drastic distinctions that make these two competitors so different from each other.
Yeah.
And why we go with the streaming service that we do. So I listen to countless music every single day. So I need a streaming service because to keep up with new releases. And also it's cheaper to do that than to purchase new music, although I sometimes do it if it's like a smaller, more independent artist. But so one of the biggest reasons I'm on Google Play, which is one of the biggest benefits, it comes with YouTube Red.
Yep.
Not to mention YouTube Red comes with no ads. That's probably the biggest thing. And also the fact that you can save your own, so you can save as many videos, as much space as you have to watch offline, completely, like no buffering, no data used.
Yeah, which is a great thing. You also get access to some of the YouTube Red channels, which some are good, but
some are good. A lot they're putting out new content, so that's what YouTube Red is doing differently. It used to be like, oh, YouTube Red, like it'll be regular YouTube content, but kind of supercharged with a budget. But now, because that wasn't very popular, they're just going to start making premium shows. They're just going to start making Netflix, Amazon, Hulu originals, like shows, like not boosted, not like already existing YouTubers and like, hey, here's a budget to go make a whatever show.
Yeah, well, because that's hard for the YouTuber to do that because, I mean, they're used to making these small, short budget things, and when you throw a lot of money at someone, they kind of...
It loses the essence of why the YouTuber like has its fan base. So,
yeah, exactly. Without
going on a tangent... just one more thing about YouTube Red. There's an awesome show coming up called Good Game that features my favorite YouTubers, Game Grumps, but it's a Dan Harmon show. The guy behind Rick and Morty, the guy who wrote Community and directed that, is directing a show for YouTube Red, so I'm super excited about that. The reason I'm on YouTube Red is I'm on a family plan, so that's one thing that YouTube or that Google offers. Spotify also offers that, but on YouTube you can add up to 10 devices per person, so you can have up to 60 devices streaming, not YouTube, Google Play. So let's talk about kind of the cons of each.
Okay. Spotify, their audio quality isn't fantastic. They don't support WAV files. They don't support uncompressed audio, which Google Play does. And they also give you a bigger library to upload your music to. So if you have a ton of offline music that you want to upload, say off your iTunes or something like that, you can just upload it to Google Play and it'll work with your streaming too as well. So it'll switch between streaming and your music without having to worry about switching services.
So you can have all your already existing library that may be already available on Google Play, or you may have downloaded it on like Bandcamp or off of SoundCloud, something that's not available on these sites. So you can centralize all the songs and albums audio that you have already onto Google's site. So one of my friends who has just a huge hard drive of music who's on Spotify doesn't get that benefit. He has to just go off of what Spotify has to offer and then switch to his whatever's on his phone, and he has to keep updating his phone, and he has only a certain amount of space. So Google totally has an edge on Spotify to that regards.
Yeah.
With that being said, Google's design, its user interface is totally lacking, and it's totally disjointed.
It's also really boring.
It's kind of cut and dry. Spotify, their graphic design, they're pioneering this new wave of color and like two-tone, duotone artist like you'll see all the boxes that's featuring artists. It'll have this 2-color duotone style that everyone in the design industry is copying. But as far as the maneuvering of the UI, Spotify totally has it out for Google Play. It has home buttons that are anchored to the bottom of your phone. So if you want to go home, you just click the center and it takes you back. With Google, you have to, like, if you go on a big rabbit hole and you click like 5 different artists and you're just like, oh, well, maybe I want to go back to my home and see what's on my recently played. You have to click back all the way, or you have to close the app and reopen it. It's just very disjointed. A lot of other things not thought through on the Google app.
It's also not very optimized very well. On older phones, it does take a lot longer to open than the Spotify app does.
Sure.
I noticed that on my old phone. It took forever to open. So if I was driving or something like that and I want to change the music, I have to tap it, then I wait, and then I wait, and I keep waiting until it finally opens.
The widget that comes on your Android phone, like the little media player, like it doesn't respond.
It's
like it'll just show you what's playing, but if you try to tap play or open the app from that, your phone will just like freeze for like 10 seconds and it might load up. Another thing is, like, if you're on an artist's album, it has a photo of the artist in a little circular bubble that you think you can tap and it'll take you to the artist, or at least tap the artist's name. But no, it doesn't allow that. You have to go to the top right to the 3-dotted menu button, hit that. There'll be 8 options of different things you could do, and you'll have to be like add to or take artist, and you click the artist. That's how you have to get around. Just a lot of really disjointed stuff that ruins this seamless vibe that Spotify brings to the table.
I also feel like their shuffle mechanic isn't really that good, or their I'm feeling lucky mechanic. It's not written very well, in my opinion, because I've had a lot of times where I just had it on shuffle trying to find new music and build up playlists, and I felt like a lot of the songs were repeating, and a lot of the same artists were repeating without much variety, and I wasn't finding anything really new. Spotify really helps with that, because for basically electronic music and everything like that, there's a lot of smaller DJs out there who, are producing 1-2 songs, and they're smaller, so you don't really notice. But on Spotify, I was always playing them on shuffle or on my recommended playlist. All these like artists I've never heard of, all these songs I've never heard of, just showed up, and I got a bunch of new music that I loved listening to because the Spotify algorithm was written better than Google.
If you want to discover new music, I would say Spotify has the most strength in that regard. Also, there's the dynamic of following your artist and being notified when they put out new songs, new albums. Also, the social aspect of seeing what your friends, that brings a whole new dynamic to the table. Seeing what your friends' playlists are, having like a favorite playlist connected with like a friend's, like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to Josh's playlist because he knows dubstep and I trust him, so I'm going to listen to his dubstep playlist. Google doesn't have something like that. In contrast to the I'm Feeling Lucky playlist on Google that I don't normally trust, I went and looked up the name of like a gospel song, like a Christian like rock song, just to remember what it was called, and played it and listened to it, and all of a sudden Google's like, oh, you must like this, and I'm just like, please no. I don't want that like showing up on my shuffle, like just that genre. And Spotify with its Discover Weekly playlist, I always am told by my friend who he finds artists constantly on these Discover Weekly playlists, and I trust it. I find a lot of new music.
Yeah,
it's really good, Spotify, for finding new artists. Smaller artists.
One thing I would like to point out though about the Google kind of a positive thing. If you have the family plan, which is $14.99 a month, it's 6 device or 6 accounts you can hook up.
Same with Spotify.
You have I believe it's a combined total of 100,000 songs you can upload to all of them.
Yeah,
it's massive. You have a huge library you can upload, and you can pull. I guess this is more of their social aspect. You can pull from each person's recommended and their uploaded music as well, depending on what you have shared. And you can just pull the music you want off there and put it into your playlist. So that's kind of a social aspect, but it's not nearly as good as Spotify's. And I'm not a social person, and I say that. I live under a rock. So.
I'm closed off. I just only listen to my music. Don't Don't tell me what you're listening to.
Yeah, I kind of hate that. Like, I like Spotify. I know people like, oh, hey, listening to other people's music, but I don't really care like what other people are listening to. It's like I just want to listen to my music.
Interesting perspective. You don't like the bar to the right?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's cool. It's really nice and it works well. But just for me in particular, I don't have, I'm not really the most connected person, and I don't really find that very helpful.
So Spotify has a desktop app that you can download and have as an application on straight to your desktop. Google doesn't have something like that. You have to go onto a browser and type in the URL or hit a bookmark is what I do. It feels a lot less premium than clicking the Spotify green bubble and having the application open on your screen. It feels like its own entity, and that just feeds the like, this is what I'm paying for type feeling. So I guess to summarize some of the things that Google has for it, you can upload. You get YouTube Red with it.
You can play on your Android Wear watch.
Yeah, he can play songs from his watch.
It's legit. I don't even need to have my phone nearby me because as long as you're going to do a Wi-Fi network on your watch, you can listen to and play your music from your watch.
That's another dynamic is we have a Google Home in the apartment, and that goes through Google Play. You actually need a subscription for that. So if you're really Google-based, I would think that's a big benefit to have some Google Play in your life.
Yeah. And with Spotify Premium, there's some speakers that you actually have to have a premium subscription for. The Samsung has a speaker they released. It's like the Home. You have to have a Spotify Premium account for that, which I think is just the stupidest thing to actually use the Samsung wireless speaker. So
yeah. So Google has WAV files, way higher
bitrate,
way better quality for your ears. Android Wear syncs really well with the Google devices. Spotify, however, has a way better UI, way better app dynamic, way seamless. You can follow artists, the social dynamic of interacting with your friends and playlists. It has its desktop application. You can save playlists and have them right on your little hub to the left. With Google, if you want to save to the playlist, you got to go dig for that and find it to listen to it. So with all this information we're feeding you guys, I hope you guys found what you're looking for in a streaming site. I am actually going to stick with Google Play. But to be fairly honest, I am on a friend's family plan, so I'm not paying for it. So if I was actually taking into account that I was paying $10 a month for this service, I would switch to Spotify.
I probably would too, to a degree. I still think it's 50-50 for me. I did like the music on Spotify, but all my music's on Google Play. I have 4,000 songs on there.
For me,
they're just mine.
For me, I kind of ditched the offline iTunes because I accidentally deleted my whole iTunes library on accident, just trying to make more room. But I sort of ditched all that, so for me, it's not as big a deal with this upload. So with all that information, let us know what you guys have. Let us know if you guys want to switch. Do you like Spotify over Google? Let us know in the comments below.
We forgot about Apple Music.
We don't care. No one cares. If you like Apple Music, that's good for you. I don't know anything about it, but it seems cool. It seems premium. I don't have any Apple stuff except my MacBook, so that's the reason I don't even consider it. But if you like Apple Music, let us know. I don't care. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and a comment and subscribe for more content like this. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Peace. There's a link to a kitten live stream.
Delete your account. Delete your YouTube account.
Are you just...
I'm talking to you, Jamie.